Hi, Yee Fong here. As a medical doctor and a frontliner, I will soon be taking the COVID-19 vaccine. My family, friends, and patients have been asking me about my thoughts on COVID vaccine. From our conversations, I know that some have already decided to take the vaccine. However, many are still unsure. It troubles me that there are a large number of you who have yet to decide. So I would like to address some of the common concerns you may have about the COVID vaccines. I want to let you know that I'm speaking to you as your family and friend on this important issue. Firstly, I want to say that it is perfectly normal to have reservations about the COVID vaccines. This is in part due to uncertainties and fear of the unknown. For the non-medical person, navigating through the information in order to make the right decision is difficult, given the often conflicting information available in the media, especially social media. We tend to make decisions driven by fear and anxiety rather than based on facts, particularly when we lack the ability to determine the accuracy of the information we receive. But it is vitally important we make decisions about vaccination based on truth and facts and not be driven by fear and anxiety. So get our facts and information about the vaccines from trusted sources, for example, regulatory authorities, health services, hospitals' websites. Don't rely just on articles and videos posted and forwarded in social media. Speak to a medical professional whom you trust if you have any doubt. It is important that we make this important decision based on facts. Many argue that the vaccines are produced too quickly and there are no long-term studies. Therefore, safety data is lacking. I would agree with this assessment in November 2020. I was skeptical too. But this opinion that there is no safety data now is increasingly not true. As of today, which is 20th of February 2021, close to 150 million persons have been vaccinated with few serious side effects. Data from Israel and United Arab Emirates, where they have vaccinated the majority of the population, convincingly shows that the vaccines are safe and effective in both the prevention of transmission of COVID-19 and in the reduction of severe cases, even if one is infected. Therefore, the overwhelming medical consensus is that the vaccines are safe and effective. Some are of the opinion that since the current SOP of mask, social distancing, and hygiene works for me, why must I take the vaccine? My answer to this is simple. The vaccine makes you even safer. Imagine the current SOP is like the seat belt in your car. They work to prevent you from serious harm in an accident. But imagine the vaccine is like the car brakes. Just because the seat belt works does not mean you don't need the brakes. In fact, we need both to be safest. But there is an advantage that the vaccine has that SOP doesn't. That is, if we vaccinate enough people and the community has developed enough immunity, then you will eventually not need such strict SOP in the future. And eventually, life can be normal again. After all, wouldn't it be wonderful to see each other smile again, to talk, to laugh, to hug, and to eat like before? Another common and natural response is to sit on the fence, not making a decision now. But the truth is, not making a decision now is actually a decision itself. It is a decision of waiting and letting others take the risk first. Sounds like a good idea, right? But it is not. We need 70 to 80% of the community to be vaccinated to have immunity for the whole community. We currently will not vaccinate children below 16 years old since there is no data for young children as the vaccine trials were not done on them. But children below 16 years old represent 25% of our current population. It means that we have to vaccinate almost every adult just to achieve this 70% community immunity. Also, the longer we wait and drag out the vaccination program, the higher the risk of the COVID virus mutating into a form that is resistant to the current vaccines. There is enough data now, right now, to make a wise decision so that there is no need to sit on the fence anymore. We don't really have the luxury of time. As a community, we also have the duty of care to protect those around us who are vulnerable. There are those who cannot take the vaccine because they have pre-existing medical conditions, or they are young children who are not offered the vaccines, or they are very old and cannot physically get to the vaccination centers. We have a duty to protect them too. Another problem is the trust issue. Some of us reject the vaccine because we don't trust the government or authorities or the big pharma. Therefore, we think if we accept the vaccine, it means that we are endorsing them. But this doesn't have to be the case. I take the vaccine not because I endorse the authorities or I support big pharma. I do so simply because the facts, the medical facts, show that the vaccines work and they are safe. I take the vaccine because I need to. I need to protect myself. I need to protect my family, my loved ones. I need to protect my patients. And I need to protect you. I'm not asking you to trust the authorities or big pharma. I'm asking you to trust me because you know me and that I care for you. So which vaccine should you take since there are so many around? Data shows most vaccines work and are safe. For me, I'll be taking any approved vaccine that's offered to me. Even if I don't get my preferred choice, I will still go ahead. Any of the approved vaccines is far better than not vaccinating at all. So I suggest that you do the same. Take whichever approved vaccine that's offered to you. My family and friends, we have come to a crucial and historic moment. COVID-19 pandemic has caused great misery, suffering, and destruction. I hope that we are now entering into the final phase of this deadly pandemic, and that will be over soon. The massive collaborative efforts of many scientists, doctors, and countless courageous volunteers have delivered us safe and effective vaccines in record time. But there is one more crucial step: our decision on vaccination. I'll be taking the vaccine soon because I have carefully analyzed the data and I'm convinced that it is safe and effective. I take it to protect myself and to protect you. And I hope you'll do the same.